I needed a break. Work was hell, my phone never stopped buzzing, and my head was foggy every second of the day. So I booked this Airbnb, a small cabin in the mountains, miles from everything. No Wi-Fi, no neighbors, no roads. Just coordinates. It was raining when I got there. The trees creaked in the wind. Thunder rolled somewhere behind the peaks. The place was perfect. Fireplace ready. Food stocked. Even a note from the host. Welcome back. Hope you enjoy your second stay. Second stay? I'd never been here before. I figured it was a mix-up, maybe auto-generated. I unpacked, made tea, sat by the fire. For the first time in weeks, I felt calm. Until I saw the photo on the wall. It was me. Same jacket. Same backpack. Same scar on my hand. Standing at the edge of the woods behind the cabin, but I had never been there. Not yet. I stepped outside and followed the trail to that spot. And there it was, a footprint. Fresh. Mine. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing footsteps upstairs. But the cabin was one floor. At 3:12 a.m., my phone buzzed. Low battery. 2%. Weird, I hadn't touched it all day. But the screen was unlocked, with the voice memo app playing back. And I heard myself say, "If you're hearing this, you stayed too long. You're not the first you. And you won't be the last." I ran to the door. It wouldn't open. Then I saw it. Outside the window. In the rain. Another me. Walking toward the cabin. Backpack on. Same scar. Same face. She looked confused. Just like I did when I got here. I went on a solo hike in a national park that used to be a military testing site. No one goes there anymore, they say the land's unstable. At first, the trail was peaceful. Birds, trees, fog rolling in. Then I noticed something odd. Every time I turned around, the trail behind me looked different. Different trees. No footprints. No broken branches. My GPS glitched. The map turned blank. Then I passed the same log for the third time. I was looping. I tried to retrace my steps. But then I saw something new. A sign nailed to a tree, "You're being followed." Written in fresh ink. I ran. But the forest didn't stay still. It moved. And just before I passed out, I saw something in the trees. It looked exactly like me. Only dirtier. And smiling. I've hiked my entire life. Trails are supposed to stay still. But this one? Every time I blinked, it was different. First the path curved the wrong way. Then the trees changed. Then I saw a trail marker I had already passed, again. I started marking trees. Came back 10 minutes later, and the mark was gone. Then my GPS said, "You've arrived at your destination." But there was nothing around me. Except an old wooden cabin I swear hadn't been there 10 seconds earlier. The door creaked open. Inside? A dining table, set for one. On the plate, a folded paper. I opened it. It just said, "We finally caught up to you." My GPS buzzed again. User exit confirmed. Memory loop reset. I turned to run. And walked straight back into the cabin. I stayed at a tiny mountain inn. 1 floor. 4 rooms. No internet. When I checked in, the woman at the front desk said, "When you leave, make sure to watch the security footage. It's policy." I laughed, asked her why. She just said, "Some people leave, but don't really leave." Creepy, but whatever. I stayed one night. Uneventful. But when I went to check out, she handed me a flash drive. "That's you. Last night. Watch it." In the footage, I'm sleeping. At 3:33 a.m., I sit up. Stare directly into the camera. Then I stop moving. 3 hours pass. I don't blink. Don't shift. Morning comes. My body's still sitting upright. Staring. But I was watching this from my car. Already on the road. Except my face, in the footage. Smiles. And then the screen cuts to black.